September's first snow wasn't a gentle warning. It was a heavy, wet onslaught that transformed the plains overnight. The settlers' timber cabins, built with old-world methods, stood little chance against the relentless prairie wind and biting cold. Fires devoured precious wood, but warmth vanished through thin walls, leaving families huddled together, breath visible in the frigid air. Survival was a daily battle, and the old ways were failing. Some pioneers, desperate, began to look to the earth itself for answers. They noticed how animals burrowed for shelter, and a new idea took root. Perhaps safety lay not above ground, but within it. This shift, born of necessity, led to a rediscovery, building with the land, not just on it. The earth, they realized, could offer protection timber never could. Soon settlers began carving homes into hillsides, seeking warmth and security beneath the surface. It was a radical change, but one that promised a future where families could finally rest easy, no matter how fierce the storm. The frontier was unforgiving, but adaptation would become their greatest tool. In the earth, they found hope for survival. The secret of these new homes was thermal mass, the Earth's ability to store and regulate heat. Beneath the surface, temperatures stayed steady year-round, offering warmth in winter and coolness in summer. Unlike timber cabins, which lost heat to every gust, Earth-sheltered homes partnered with the planet's own climate control. A small fire could heat the entire space, as the Earth absorbed warmth and released it slowly, creating lasting comfort. In summer, the same mass kept interiors refreshingly cool, shielding families from the prairie's extremes. The wind, once a constant threat, now passed harmlessly overhead. Settlers used less firewood, a crucial advantage when resources were scarce. Their homes became sanctuaries, stable, efficient, and resilient. The earth was no longer an adversary, but an ally. This simple, natural principle transformed survival on the frontier. By embracing the physics of thermal mass, pioneers created a new kind of home, one that worked with nature, not against it. The result was year-round comfort, unimaginable in their old timber dwellings. The lesson was clear: the earth itself could be their greatest protection. In a land of brutal extremes, this partnership was nothing short of revolutionary. The settlers had found a way to thrive, not just endure. Success began with choosing the right hillside, south-facing, to capture the low winter sun and harness its warmth. Settlers learned to read the land, seeking well-drained, sandy soil to keep their homes dry and stable. They dug test pits, becoming practical geologists out of necessity. Entrances were recessed and protected, creating a buffer against the wind and reducing heat loss. Ventilation was ingeniously simple. A vertical shaft at the back let warm air escape, drawing in fresh air through a small vent near the entrance. This passive system kept the air fresh and the home dry, without cold drafts. Every detail, from site selection to airflow, was a lesson in working with the environment. These homes were not just shelters. They were carefully crafted responses to the land's challenges. The settlers' ingenuity turned survival into an art. By blending observation with necessity, they created dwellings perfectly suited to the frontier. The earth provided the materials, and their resourcefulness did the rest. In these homes, nature and human skill met in quiet harmony. Contrary to myth, these earth homes were bright, dry, and welcoming. South-facing windows flooded rooms with sunlight, while whitewashed walls reflected every ray. Clever drainage and gravel barriers kept dampness at bay, and passive ventilation whisked away moisture. The thick earth muffled outside noise, creating a peaceful refuge from storms and wind. Stable temperatures turned back rooms into natural larders, preserving food through the harshest winters. Some even channeled fresh water from hillside springs, making the home a self-sufficient haven. These dwellings offered not just survival, but comfort and peace, an unexpected luxury on the wild frontier. In the earth, families found not a cave, but a sanctuary. At first, many settlers scoffed at earth homes, clinging to their timber traditions. But the blizzard that winter changed everything. For 3 days, wind and snow battered the plains, testing every home to its limit. Timber cabins shook, roofs collapsed, and families shivered, barely surviving on dwindling firewood. When the storm cleared, devastation was everywhere, except in the earth-sheltered homes. Those families emerged warm, rested, and safe, their homes untouched beneath a protective blanket of snow. While others had endured terror and exhaustion, the earth home dwellers had weathered the storm in comfort. The contrast was undeniable. Skeptics saw firsthand the wisdom of building with the earth. The old prejudices melted away, replaced by respect and imitation. The storm had proven what argument could not: earth-sheltered homes were the future. From that day, the prairie's greatest lesson was clear. Survival belonged to those who adapted. The earth, once feared, was now trusted, and the frontier would never be the same. The principles behind these frontier homes, thermal mass, passive solar, natural ventilation, are more relevant than ever. Modern survivalists and eco-builders have rediscovered this wisdom, blending ancient techniques with new materials. Today's earth homes use advanced waterproofing, insulation, and triple-glazed windows, but the core idea remains: work with the land, not against it. These homes offer security, efficiency, and resilience, qualities our fragile modern infrastructure often lacks. When storms or outages strike, earth-sheltered homes stay comfortable and safe, powered by the planet itself. The lesson is timeless. True sustainability comes from harmony with nature. The frontier settler's legacy is a blueprint for the future, one built on humility, adaptation, and respect for the earth. As we face new uncertainties, their story reminds us that the answers we seek may be buried just beneath our feet. In the end, survival is not about conquering nature, but learning from it. The earth remains our oldest and most reliable ally.